This is the best 14-inch laptop you should buy this year. Let's review Asus Zephyrus G14. Asus Zephyrus G14s are one of the most lovable laptops in the market, and every year I like them more than last year, and this year is no exception. And overall, I can easily spoil this review for you. I love this laptop. Let's start with the body. This laptop right here is one of the best laptops and well-built laptops in the market I've ever seen. Why? Because Asus made this laptop with CNC machined aluminum, and it's one of the most stiffest and strongest laptops I've ever seen. It is made out of aluminum, and there is no problem with anything in this laptop, and every aspect of this laptop feels premium, and I like it. There is a new lid design this year. It has a slash lighting, as you can see, and it is okay, I think, but it is too settled compared to last year design. But it is okay. It is for someone who wants to use their laptop as a minimal device, as a productivity focused device instead of a gaming device. So I like the design here, and it depends on your personal preferences. I am no one to judge here, but I like this design the same I liked last year design, and I have no problem with it. The hinge and the overall build quality is nice. The trackpad and the keyboard both are great. I like the trackpad. This trackpad is nice. It is the biggest size available for this laptop, and I think it is the best 14-inch trackpad I've ever seen in a Windows laptop. So I said it. This is I think one of my top 3 trackpads I've ever used, and I like it. There is no problem with that, and the keyboard is good enough. I like it. There is no problem with that, but I like the keyboard to be more consistent on lighting, just like Apple MacBooks or Dell XPS. But it is okay because it is cheaper than those laptops. But anyway, there is no problem with it. There is another version of this laptop with RGB lighting. It has single zone RGB, and if you like more gamer look, you should go for it. But I think this is the way you should use your laptop. Even it has RGB, you should use it like with white color, because it ruins the aesthetics of the laptop. On the port selection, I have no problem. There are enough. We have enough ports. We have 2 USB Type A 3.2 Gen 2 ports, which is good. 1 USB Type C 3.2 Gen 2, 1 USB Type C, USB 4. These namings we have on this laptop, which is good. It means we can use a lot of accessories, even Thunderbolt accessories, with USB 4, which is good. I like it. We have a port with 40 gigabits per second speed, which is nice. Both Type C ports supports DisplayPort output, but only the USB 4 one supports USB Type C charging, which is good. I should mention that if you didn't see our unboxing video, there is an additional power supply with 100 watts and USB Type C charging in the box, which is nice. I didn't see this laptop anywhere with this package, but it is good to see this charger in the box, because it's a portable laptop, portable focused laptop. So it's a nice addition. I should also mention that the original charger changed from circular design to rectangular design. I don't like the new design here, because you have only 2 ways to put the charger into the laptop, and with circular you have infinite numbers you can do that, and because of that I don't like the new design here. But Asus said it will require less space, so they can fit thinner hardware on this machine, so we can accept that. And the original charger has an 180 watts of power, so it is good, but I still prefer USB Type C over this. We also have one HDMI 2.1 that supports 8K 60 FPS or 4K 144 Hz, which is nice. And also we have one micro SD slot, which is okay for a 14-inch laptop, but anyway, I don't like uncommon ports. I like common ports like USB. I could have one more USB port instead of this micro SD card. So it is what it is. I hope next year we can see USB Type-C or USB Type-A instead of this port, because no one will use that. Not no one, but it is uncommon. Accept it. Overall, I think Zephyrus G14 this year is the best looking laptop, so I should give it 10 out of 10 for this section, and it's a good score. I was easy on it, but it deserves a 10 out of 10 score. So about the screen. The screen on this laptop is a almost 3K screen with 120 Hz refresh rate. It's an OLED panel with up to 500 nits of brightness in HDR and 450 in SDR mode, which is good, but it is not that much for an HDR screen, but it supports a variable refresh rate, which is nice. And in a lot of tests, people could get around 120 Hz, 60 Hz, up to 960 Hz refresh rate for the screen because of variable refresh rate, which is nice. And the screen response time is about 0.2 milliseconds, which is nice. I like it. And this is one of the best screens available in the market. I think this is the best 14-inch screen we can get on the market, if we don't include mini LED screens with up to 1600 nits of brightness. But it is just beautiful. Just look at blacks on this screen. It is just beautiful. There is no problem with that, and I just like it. It has 100% of sRGB color coverage, 90% of Adobe RGB, and 100% of DCI-P3, which is nice, and it is just 10 out of 10. This is the best screen you can get on a 14-inch laptop. 10 out of 10. So let's get to the performance. In the performance section, this laptop right here has an AMD 18945HS CPU with 8 cores and 16 threads. And for the GPU, we got RTX 4070 with 8 GB of VRAM at only 90 watts of TGP. I should also mention that this laptop right here, this model right here, has a 32 GB of RAM. And for the sake of the God, please don't buy 16 GB version, because it is not upgradable. Just get 32 GB. You deserve more. You deserve 32 GB of RAM. If you want to buy 16 GB, just don't buy it. Just don't. Also, the RAM clock speed is maxed at 6400 MHz, which is good, and I like it. It is high with 32 GB of RAM. It can perform well enough for everyone. There is a problem right here in the performance department. Ryzen 9 18945HS is a powerful CPU, don't get me wrong, but it is the same with the same architecture from last year. It is the same as Ryzen 9 17945HS. There is no problem with that, but they just include AI stuff to this CPU and charge people more for the CPU. If you don't want AI stuff, you should just get last year model at lower cost. In the GPU side, it is literally no difference. They are both 4070, and also it is weaker in the GPU side. It has 90 watts of the TGP instead of 120 watts. For a lot of people, it is a problem, but not for me. Why? Because Asus wanted to make this laptop more portable, more premium. To doing this thing, you should make this laptop thinner and lighter. And in doing so, you should remove something from it. Are they big deals? No, they are not. Why? Because they know what they are making for who. You are not buying a 14-inch laptop to run Cyberpunk at 500 frames per second. You don't want that. You know, a 14-inch laptop should be a 14-inch laptop. You don't want a desktop replacement. You can't replace your desktop with a 14-inch laptop. In no universe you can't do that. So they changed the game and made the best 14-inch laptop for the one who wants the powerful laptop, almost powerful, with premium design and enough thinness. This is what people want. If I want a desktop replacement, I should go for Asus S series, not for Zephyrus series. That's the whole argument. And with that, there is no problem with 4070 at 90 watts. As I said, if you want better cooling and better performance, just get last year model, easily better. But if you want a better laptop, better 14-inch laptop, you should get this one. It has OLED screen, it is thinner, it is lighter, it has better battery life. I will talk about benchmarks, but they shouldn't matter to you if they are good enough. There, I said it. Benchmarks doesn't matter for this kind of laptop. You should just check the benchmarks to see if it can perform well enough for you. That's the whole thing. We tested Cinebench R23, Cinebench 2024 on this machine, and in both benchmarks we got the same results as the last year. Cinebench benchmarks are usually for testing thermal design and thermal headroom, so we can see how it can perform in long-time heavy workloads. This laptop performed well without any problem. In Cinebench R23 we got more than 16,000 points in multi-core, which is nice. It's almost the same as Zephyrus G14 in last year, and there is no problem with that. We tested Cinebench 2024 in this laptop too, and we got good results. As you can see on the screen, we tested GPU, we tested CPU in this laptop, and there was no problem. We got consistent power usage, we got consistent temperature control, and I said a lot of ands, but overall I want to just say it. If you want a powerful 14-inch laptop to be a good 14-inch laptop, this is the one you should get. We also tested Geekbench 6, as you can see on the screen. The benchmarks are okay. Geekbench is not that heavy for this kind of laptop, but it is cool to see the numbers and compared to other laptops. We also tested Adobe Premiere in this machine, especially because of this NVIDIA Studio driver it has. We got good results, almost good results. AMD is not good, it's not optimized for Adobe applications, or we should say Adobe applications is not optimized for AMD CPUs. Because of that, we can't expect a lot from this test, but I should say it, I got around 5 minutes and 53 seconds for the Premiere render time, which is good enough for an AMD laptop. It is almost the same as last year with 32 GB of RAM, which is good. Also, we tested Time SPY on this machine. In Time SPY, we got good results, around 11,000 points. They are good enough for a 14-inch device, but they are not that high. Don't expect S-Car series or TOF series scores from this laptop. I think it is good and enough. We also played Cyberpunk 2077 on this machine to see how it can perform. We tested 4 presets on this machine. As you can see on the screen, it can perform well without any problem. You can pause the video to check the numbers. And also we tested Apex Legends on this machine to see how it can perform in GPU heavy games. It was good enough for this machine, and we don't expect more. It has a 3K screen, and consider that when you are seeing the numbers. And also we tested Rainbow Six Siege on this machine. It was a good experience. There is no problem on playing games like Rainbow Six Siege. I was happy with it, and if they are more than 120 FPS, it is the limitation of the screen, I'm happily enough. Overall, in this section, I think I can give this laptop an 8 out of 10 score. I took 2 points because you will compare it anyway with its price range. It's around $2,100, and you will compare it anyway. But I should say, for the price segment, for the category of device it is placed in, it was a good experience. And let's talk about the speakers. Whoa, guys, speakers on this laptop are insanely good. They are MacBook level. They are as good as MacBook Pro 14-inch, and there is no doubt in that. I like it. I can just suggest it. If you want good speakers on a laptop, you can get this one. But anyway, If you want a good speaker, just buy a Bluetooth speaker or an external speakers. They will work great just with 50 bucks. They will perform better than your laptop speaker, even MacBook. So this is the webcam quality of Asus Zephyrus G14 2024. What do you think about this webcam quality? I can say I like it. What do you think about the mic quality? Tell us in the comments below. It's a 1080p webcam. It is good. This laptop right here has a 73 watt hour battery, which is good enough for this machine. We got good results, around 9 hours of battery life. But if you use your laptop with too high brightness, like 500 nits HDR or 450 nits of brightness, you will lose the battery life too easy. It's like the difference between 50% brightness to 100 brightness is like 5 hours difference. So don't expect a lot when you're using it at the highest brightness available. And there is that. I should mention that the performance on battery life is just great because it has AMD CPU, and AMD with the battery is a lot friendlier than Intel with battery. Overall, I can say this laptop is one of the best laptops you can buy right now. And if you are looking for a 14-inch laptop which is powerful enough but be as premium as a MacBook, or if you don't want a MacBook, or if you want a MacBook with Windows, get this one. Thanks for watching. If you have any opinion, tell us in the comments below. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. We are working hard to make this video. Thank you. Bye. This is the best 14-inch laptop you should buy this year. Let's see why. This is the best 14-inch laptop you should buy this year. Let's review Asus Zephyrus G14.